Good day. I hope you're well. My name is Joe. The goal of this channel is to share my experiences of building, living here in Ghana. If you don't know my story, I'm a Ghanaian born in Ghana. My mother took me to the UK at the age of 10, my brother and I. And since the age of 17, when I came back after being away for 7 years in the UK, when I came back to Ghana, I knew I wanted to eventually settle in Ghana. Why? Because of the weather, the people, so much good memories when I was growing up. And there's a lot of opportunities that I saw that I, wanted to be definitely in a cool, hot, warm climate. So, right, I'm in my 40s and working on a few projects here in Ghana. The goal of this video is I want to talk about dealing with fear. I'm not an expert on the matter, but I'm going to talk about it from my experience in dealing with fear, because fear is something that will basically stop us before we even get started. If we are not careful with fear, it will delay us. It will put us in limbo, make us inactive. It will make you fearful to take the next step, to move forward. Because when you are feeling fear, from my experience feeling fear, it's like you started to project things that has not even happened yet, and you start to imagine and visualize the worst case scenarios of situations that you just get all these torture. It's quite basically, it's like self-torture, because you are, especially when you are building a business, right, and something happens that you didn't expect, and someone maybe cheats you, or for example, I remember I felt some fear around land in Ghana, because when I was buying land, I came, I had some really, really bad experiences buying land in Ghana. For example, you have something called land guards. When you buy land, they are trying to basically scare you or take the land, say the land is, doesn't belong to whoever sold it to you, blah, blah, blah. They come on the site with their motorbikes and, try to, basically extort money from you. And you definitely experience some fear if you have never, dealt with those things before. For example, there was one particular land I bought. There was a pastor on that land who was doing church. He had a hut on the land and he wouldn't leave. And he started. The land doesn't belong to him. He's just a squatter. But he started to build a single room because he's been doing church on the land. The land belongs to him, and so all these things. When you're building your land, someone will come and disturb you and worry you, and then the way they will come, especially they will get the police, they will lead with the police, and because they come in with the police, you think maybe they are right, or so you start to get all these imaginations: am I going to lose the land? Am I going to lose my money? And you get all these fearful thoughts of how this thing is going to pan out, and it can stop you if you are not strong, especially when you're building businesses. People cheat you, employees steal, they'll run away. For example, I'm dealing with a situation where my supervisor stole money and ran, and I'm dealing with that, and it can be very disappointing, and the fear can come in terms, oh, what if other people that do it and all that kind of stuff. You start to get all these things in your head, and those kind of fearful thoughts or projecting worst case scenarios will basically stop you from taking the next step forward, right? So I think how I deal with fear is that I try to feed myself with reading positive things, like reading positive. For example, I'm reading Grow Rich with Peace of Mind by Napoleon Hill. And sometimes, just read books that will counter the difficulty that you are going through. Because fear, the feeling fear is inevitable, but allowing it to stop you from doing what you do, that is not acceptable. We must not accept it. It's okay to be fearful or to feel fear, as long as we don't allow it to stop us. And how do we do it? We have to deal with it. So recently I've been breathing. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I focus on breathing. I focus on exercising, and then I'll read. And then I'll listen to positive stuff. Listen to positive affirmations, gratitude. I think, gratitude is the big one for me, right? So whatever, sometimes if I feel fear, I try to do a psychoanalysis on myself and ask myself, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling this way? And what can I do right now to stop that? Right? So I have learned that sometimes when the feeling of fear comes, is to observe, whatever images that your brain is projecting to make you scared or to make you fearful. Just to be quiet, quiet the mind, sit still, and just be the observer. Just keep calm and just let it play out. Let whatever that projections of, doom, because your mind starts thinking, oh, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this bad things happen? Then I'll be in a mess. So you start to think all these things that makes you want to crawl back into your shell, and you don't even want to wake up, right? But I've found out that when I'm feeling that fear, I need to then move my body. I need to then, just focus on, going to bed early. While I'm going to bed, obviously before I go to bed, make sure I've done my gratitude affirmations. I will read, even sometimes when I'm sleeping, I'm listening to some positive affirmation in my sleep. Wake up, then do my deep breathing, meditate for about 10 minutes. That process of breathing and meditating takes like 20 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes, and then I'll go into doing push-ups or go for a run, come back, shower, read, right? And then write my goals down. Sometimes I do it before the day. So once I've done that, and I start to tackle what's on my to-do list, and slowly but surely. So don't let fear paralyze you, right? That's one thing I can say. Do not let fear paralyze you, because you can overcome it by just keeping calm, and whatever the fear is, stare it right in the face and ask yourself, what can you do? Sometimes it's just saying, okay, sometimes when you feel that feeling of fear and you start to get all these imaginations, you don't want to go out, you don't want to do anything, you just want to crawl into your shell or something. But I've learned that when you feel that, just ask yourself, okay, what's the next step I can take? Because when you are feeling the feeling of fear and you can still take one step forward, you are building courage with yourself, not with anybody, just to yourself. People don't need to know, you don't need to know I'm courageous. As long as I know that. I don't need to know that you are courageous, as long as you know that, right? So the secret is just building that self-courage, that self-trust, that self-esteem with yourself and nobody else. Just take that one step forward when you are feeling the feeling of fear. And I think that's how you can overcome. Just keep calm. Keep calm. If you have to take a break, listen to positive, do something that is going to rewire your brain, to get back in the game, then do it, because fear is inevitable. It will come. But I think the more we deal with it, the more we keep taking one step forward, it weakens its power. It decreases its potency on you. So that's what I would say. That's what I would say. So do not let fear stop you, delay you. You can still pull through it. You can still go forward. Take one step forward. If you're feeling the feeling of fear now, take a break, quiet time. Ask yourself, how can I move forward? Start to imagine that you are the bravest person on earth, and even through all this fear, you are still taking one step forward. Like, have like a movie where you are the superhero, and that superhero it's like a superhero doesn't know it. And you are going through all these challenges, you are going through all these setbacks, but you are still, through all these setbacks, through all these challenges, through all these pain, through all these struggles, you are still taking a step forward. And once you keep on doing that, then you build trust with yourself. You start to build courage with yourself. So I think that's the secret sauce that I use when I'm feeling the feeling of fear. Just come on, Joe, take one step forward, just one step more. Keep going. Read something, listen to something positive. So if you found this information useful, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep going. You can do it.